I'm Annie. We're going to read a book together today with my cat Ziggy. Please make sure as we're reading that you're following my pencil with your eyeballs, because the more you see the way a word looks with the way it sounds, you're going to start recognizing letter patterns and really making connections between the way a word looks, the way it sounds, and guess what? That is reading. Wow. And you just need practice makes perfect with this kind of stuff. So what better way to practice than with really fun books? So this book today is called No More Water in the Tub, and it's by Ted Arnold. This looks like it is going to be full of shenanigans, so let's get to it. All right, there it is again. No more water in the tub. All right, this kid is getting ready for a bath. He's got a lot of bath toys. He must really like taking a bath. Oh, there it is one more time. Now, we've already read it twice, so I bet you can do this by yourself. No more water in the tub. There you go. All right, so he lives in an apartment building, maybe in New York, who knows, but he lives in an apartment. All right. He's getting his water ready. It's going to be a nice toasty bath. All right, here we go. So this is a long book, so keep with me, okay? Because it's going to be worth it. In a bathroom near the top floor of a tall apartment building, William was ready for his bath. Walter had finished, and fresh water was running into the tub. "Get in, William," said Mom. "Walter, keep an eye on your brother. Leave the faucet on another minute, then no more water in the tub." "Aw, Mom," William said as he climbed in. "I like it deep." "You heard me. 1 minute." She closed the bathroom door as she left. Do you have a prediction about what's going to happen? She's being very serious about not filling up the tub, and this kid wants to fill it up. So let's see what happens. All right. Walter reached for the tub faucet. "Not yet!" William yelled. "I'm turning it on faster," Walter answered, "so you'll get more water in 1 minute. Let's see how fast it'll go." He twisted the cold water handle, and water gushed into the tub. "What if I turned it all the way until—" It came off. Water blasted out of the fixture. In an instant, the bathroom flooded. The tub broke loose and floated away from the wall. When Mom looked in to see what all the racket was, water burst through the door, taking the tub with it. Oh my goodness. Whoa, shoom. Can you see? Whoa. He's like on a river rapid ride here. Down the hall, William sailed, leaving Mom and Walter behind. Picking up speed, he passed the kitchen and the living room, heading for the front door. It opened. "I'm home," said Dad. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Holy moly, can you imagine? He's coming home with the groceries and out comes his son in a bathtub. That's a big surprise. In the apartment below, Miss Mabel Hattie was serving tea to her bridge club members when she heard a bump at the door. "Oh, that must be Betty at last," she said. As Mabel opened the door, she complained, "Why are you always so late?" I mean, you can see from the picture, but it's not Betty. But it was William who answered, "I didn't know you were expecting me." Sploosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at this. They are all just floating away and he is just chilling in his tub. As a wave of water tipped Mabel backward, William rode his bathtub into the room. He circled the card table and followed the rushing waters back the way he came. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Oh no. I bet they're going to meet some more people on the way. Oh no. So here they are at another person's apartment in the giant gush of water. One floor down, Sue and Vern Maddie were watering their houseplants when they heard a knock. Expecting pizza to be delivered, Sue quickly answered the door. And we know it wasn't pizza. "You're not our regular pizza boy," she sputtered as William surfed into the room, followed by Mabel. Waves rolled through the apartment, crashed against the back wall, and turned. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to a fern. We're starting to get some funny rhymes. Mabel's on her table. Sue and Vern on their fern. Downstairs, Uncle Nash stepped into the hall to take out the garbage. He felt a drop of water and looked up. There was William in a bathtub, plunging down a waterfall where the staircase used to be. "I see your folks are having plumbing problems," Uncle Nash said as the churning water swept him off his feet. Past the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Down went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to a fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. I mean, that would be, if you're into like water park rides, I can see how that would maybe feel like it was fun. Feels like maybe a little more chaotic than a regular water park ride though. Patty Fuzzle was just about to put her last jigsaw piece into place. She heard a knock and thought her sister Natty was home from babysitting. But when she opened the door, it was William and the upstairs neighbors who spilled into the room. "I have a sinking feeling I'll never finish my puzzle," she cried as the surging tide swirled her around. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to a fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. Patty Fuzzle steered her puzzle. Oh no, and it's okay. So here's poor Patty. This poor hamster is like, I did not sign up for this. And she's doing a puzzle of the Titanic, which is a famous boat that sank like a long time ago. So she's holding on for dear life on this puzzle. And so is her little hamster. Her hamster found a nice spot too. That's really good. He'll never let go. Okay. While Mr. and Mrs. Hanratty were out, Natty Fuzzle was babysitting little Dottie. They were in the bathroom reading a story when they heard a key in the front door. "That must be your mom and dad," said Natty. Then she heard, "We know it's not the mom and dad, right? It's it's this whole situation at her door." Then she heard water roaring down the hall toward the bathroom. William's tub pushed the Hanratties inside. "We're home," they managed to say. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to a fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. Patty Fuzzle steered her puzzle. And little Dottie, poor little Dottie, sailed the potty. Poor kid, she's just learning how to make all this work. And then she gets swept away, although she looks like she's maybe like, oh, this is kind of fun. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Downstairs, the Ferlingotti's string quartet had been practicing all evening. This is what I love about apartment buildings. Like, you have like a whole world living in your, so many interesting people all in one spot. "Mind if I fix a snack?" called Mr. Bello from the kitchen. "Make yourself at home," answered Mrs. Ferlingotti. Suddenly, the stove caught fire. Oh, yipes. Gotta be careful about that. Flames spread quickly. "Call the fire department!" cried Mr. Bello. "The building is burning!" A fire alarm began to ring, and everyone leaped to their feet. Mr. Bello reached the door first and threw it open, yelling, "Run for your life!" I wonder what he was trying to make that he created that problem. Just be careful when you're cooking. Always have a grown-up help you. Not this grown-up. Don't get Mr. Bello to help you, though, because I don't know if I trust him in the kitchen. Oh, wait. So he said, "Run for your life." "But I just got here," said William. He and the neighbors stormed in on a tidal wave that flooded the burning apartment. Flames hissed, smoke and steam filled the air. Just as quickly as the fire had started, it was gone, and the water began draining away. So that giant tidal wave did some good. Then out the door and down the steps went William in his bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to a fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. Patty Fuzzle steered her puzzle. Little Dottie sailed the potty. And Mr. Bello rode his cello. And her little, this is making me very happy. Fire trucks and crowds of people arrived as William clattered down the front steps of the building. The tub ran aground in the street, and William's neighbors washed up behind it. "Good work putting out that fire, son," said the fire chief. "You are a hero." He hung a heavy medal around William's neck, and everyone cheered. Then they all went home, Walter said. The end. Do you get what happened? His brother was telling him this story the whole time. It didn't really happen. That's a great story. "That was a great story, Walter." I just said that. "Tell me another one," begged William. "Okay," said Walter. William forgot all about turning the water off in 1 minute. The bathtub overflowed. Oh, wait. You know what? I'm going to read this in Walter's voice. Ready? Here we go. William forgot all about turning the water off in 1 minute. The bathtub overflowed and quickly flooded the floor. Mom threw open the door and screamed, "No more water!" But she was too late. The tub broke loose and floated away from the wall. Then out the window and down the fire escape went William in his bathtub. I wonder where this story is going to end up. That is so sweet. And now he's going through New York City in his tub. I love it. I really like that story. I loved that. I hope you loved that. That was a fun vibe. And what a good big brother. I think he's probably the big brother that he told that really, really fun story. If you liked this, if you feel like you'd like to read it a couple more times, you might be able to get it from your library. I'm going to see if I can find links that you can get it for your own. So that way you can read it and you don't have to hear me yabbering away while you're reading it again. And you can get your own clicky pencil like this, have a grown-up help you take all the lead out, and then you can read along because this is a long book and it has a lot of words. So it's really important that you have a pencil to really guide your eyeballs to where you need to be reading and really getting every single little sound and every word. If you do that, if you practice a whole lot, you're going to be amazing. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to say the lesson for this is make up really fun stories for your siblings or for yourself, and I would love to hear it. All right. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon.